What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. It's a beautiful 70-degree sunny morning here in Maryland, and it seems like I've been having to make a lot of these follow-up videos lately, because after I put something up, the discussion starts, and I have to go ahead and nail the subject home. And I put up the subject about the feeder workouts from Rich Piana. And right away, people are like, you don't understand, Jerry. You didn't watch the video all the way. I did, and I guess I misunderstood it, because what Rich is talking about, if you guys have been watching any of my videos, you would know that these feeder workouts that being used the way you think that, or the way that he's telling them to be used in these high rep sets afterwards, cannot help you recover. The muscle cannot recover any faster than it's going to recover. It doesn't matter what you do to it. It doesn't matter how much blood you try to pump into it. It's not going to recover any faster. As a matter of fact, if you've broken that muscle down like you should have for the stimulus to grow, when you go to put that blood in there like that and you're contracting the muscle, you are not allowing it to recover. Okay, it's like Mike Mentzer said, and I go back to Mike Mentzer's teachings. If you're digging a hole, that dirt has to be thrown in there. Okay, digging a hole is like training. That's a stimulus. You're digging a hole. That dirt has to be filled back in before you can actually put more dirt on top of it, which would be muscle growth, to grow. Okay, it's like watering your yard. If you want to go out and water the yard on Monday, you're going to get growth in the grass. If you water the yard every single fucking day, you're going to drown it, and it's not going to have time to fucking grow. You have to let it fucking recover and grow. Now, there is a lot of misunderstanding about how muscle growth happens. Muscle growth happens to extreme stress. And what do I mean by extreme stress? I mean that, for instance, let's say you want to cause a scar to the body. Okay, essentially what, muscle tissue, you tear it down, it recovers and forms a scar. Okay, if you rub lightly every day with your finger, okay, which is training like a pussy, if you rub lightly, you're not going to fucking cause a scar, hence muscle growth. But if you take a razor blade and slash the skin, which would be training with high intensity to failure, your body's going to make a cut, and the byproduct of that is going to recover and cause a scar. Same thing with training. If you go in there and putz around and fucking do your high volume sets and stuff, you're not going to grow. And I know this because fucking I see the people over and over again, and a lot of you guys on here have not really grown. You're not growing much. You're not getting good results. And you can jump up and say, I get great results. And I'm like, what's great results? You put on 5 pounds in 3 years? Or you put on 15 pounds, and out of that, fucking 12 pounds out is fat? Like, that's not good gains. You guys are just not getting it. And it doesn't matter whether you're naturally or on drugs. Gains come by an extreme stimulus to the muscle and then letting it recover. Now, if you just start jamming all kinds of fucking blood back into the muscle the next day, it's not recovering. Okay? You're not helping it recover. You're doing some fucking worse to it. Now, some guys one guy was like, I've been doing these feeder workouts and my arms are growing. Here's what's really happening. This is what sucks, and I understand that you think they're growing. By doing that, you're actually causing an inflammatory response in the arm. It's like jabbing it with a needle and doing site injections. Now, you can not do synthol and do regular steroid injections, and the arm will appear to be growing. It'll be bigger. It'll be like an inch bigger due to the steroid injections. That's an inflammation in the muscle, which is causing it to be bigger. By fucking hitting that muscle over and over again, you're causing inflammation. That's not muscle. When that inflammation goes away, your arm's going to be the same fucking size. So what you're seeing is inflammation in the muscle, hence a bigger size that you think, due to that swelling, is muscle growth, which it's not. Okay, I hate to break that to you. I know you're probably going to flip your shit, but that's what it is. Trust me, real muscle growth takes time, okay? And even if you put like 2 pounds of muscle, actual muscle on a year, and a lot of times that takes drugs to do that, that's a huge fucking amount of 2 pounds of actual muscle. I was talking to that IFBB pro who had given me that information about the drugs, how they had hurt him and stuff. This guy at 19 years old was 190 pounds, okay? 190 pounds, not touching a fucking steroid ever. Went on steroids. His top weight, after all the fucking steroid use, all the shit, being undefeated pro after all that shit, and he looked drastically fucking different than he did when he was 19. I mean like 2 different people. He was like 218. So out of the whole fucking time, this guy put 28 pounds on over the course of like fucking 8 years, okay? On massive doses of fucking steroids with great genetics. So you guys got to put some shit into perspective that, muscle growth doesn't happen the way you think it does, and people should be telling you this, and they're not. And you got guys like Rich, I guarantee fucking to you, by the time he did these feeder workouts, was already fucking huge. This guy fucking grew at a really fucking quick clip. Matter of fact, his first steroid cycle he said he gained fucking 28-something pounds. You know, like, so you're talking about guys who basically can recover faster than the average person, first of all. Second of all, who are on gear. And what does gear do? Gear is the thing that makes you recover faster, which would allow you to, you know, maybe do something like a feeder workout and not overtrain, but it's still not going to help you with muscle growth. You can't cause the muscle to recover any faster than it's going to recover, no matter what you put in it. Now, it's like a cold. And so many people think that, you know, wow, I can do this and I'll get better from a cold. No, your body's going to recover from that cold as fast as it can. And you can take something to not feel the symptoms of it, but you sure as fuck are not going to recover any faster. And that feeder workout is not going to make it recover faster. It's going to make you flush out that the hydroxyproline, which is the fucking lactic acid byproduct, which causes the fucking muscle to be irritated, which you think, well, it doesn't hurt as much anymore, so therefore I've recovered faster and I'm getting bigger faster. No, you basically flush that shit out of there, and that's why you feel a little bit better, but yet you're not recovering any faster. And the bottom line is, even if you could recover faster by doing that, there's a reason why you can't train every single fucking day and do 30 to 50 sets a day. And sometimes that doesn't even have to do with the muscle. Some people can recover muscle-wise, but the central nervous system and neurological system cannot recover fast enough. So when you bring your ass back in the gym and do that same body part again, you're firing your neurological system again to where it hasn't recovered. And that's what real overtraining actually is. Chronic overtraining is the neurological system and central nervous system, not the muscular system. And I've gone through this with you guys. The thing is, there's a lot of new viewers, and you guys don't go back and watch the old fucking videos. So you're not armed with the fucking knowledge of how muscle growth actually takes place with an extreme stimulus to the muscle itself, which flips that switch to adapt. And then you need to leave the muscle alone to adapt. There's nothing you can do to put anything in that muscle to make it recover any faster. Your genetics will dictate, or if you go on gear, that causes the muscle to recover faster, which those are hormones, okay? Those are increases in hormones. When you pump that blood in the muscle, whatever hormones are in your body are in your body. It doesn't all of a sudden increase hormone levels. Those hormone levels have to be increased by putting something in your body from an external source. So that's what the feeder workouts are. Someone else mentioned pre-exhaust set. A pre-exhaust set is going from one isolation exercise right into a compound exercise. What I was doing was 3 to 5 sets non-stop with very little rest of the isolation exercise, then 3 straight sets of a compound movement as heavy as I could. That's not a pre-exhaust set, nor is it a superset. So I hope this clears some shit up about how muscle growth really happens, how the feeder workouts really cannot force you to recover any faster the way Rich is saying to do them, and the fact that he was probably big as fuck already. And like he said before, the fact that he's on gear and his genetics allow his body to do things that the average person's won't. I mean, let's face facts, no matter how much fucking shit I do, or no matter how hard I train, I'll never be as big and as strong as Rich is. That's dictated by genetics. Biosretraining@gmail.com. www.biosretraining.com is the blog. Sorry. Biosretraining@gmail. This is the trying to figure out which way to go bicep in the morning, and we're out.